waking up early, you just get a jump on the day. The reason I wake up at 4:30 in the morning is because no one else is awake yet. So that gives me the opportunity to do things that I need to get done kind of selfishly for myself. And the big one in that category is working out. And it doesn't feel good at 4:30 when you get up, but by the time 7 o'clock rolls around and you've already worked out and you've already gotten some work done, and you've got some time to say goodbye to your kids before they go to school, it's infinitely better than sleeping in until 6:45 and you get out of bed and now you missed your kids going to school or whatever. You're not prepared for the day. It's awful. If you're that drained, then first of all, let's check the diet. Let's make sure that we're not on the job site and the donut truck arrives and you're going belly up to the donut truck with four Monster energy drinks, like, to keep you going through the day. That's going to hurt you. So check the diet. The good thing is, check the diet, and then if you have to, you just bring your food. Don't let, your bro that's going to run down to Mickey D's to grab lunch because you didn't pack anything, that's going to jack you up. So all that stuff will make you feel weak and out of sorts and all that. That being said, still, you're working hard all day. You're doing hard physical labor all day. You also, you can see construction workers or drywallers. You can see people that do that hard labor all day, and they don't look like they're in shape, right? Maybe they're fat. Maybe they don't look like they're in shape. Well, that's because their diet sucks. Generally, they're coming home and they're getting on their 12-pack of beer and pizza. So get your diet. Make sure your diet's good to go. And then what I would do is, and I've worked construction before, or even big projects on my house where I'm working all day long, remodeling, pulling down drywall, putting up drywall, demoing rooms, whatever. I still do a workout. Now, what you're going to do, though, is do something that is going to complement what you've done during the day. So you're getting some pretty good strength work at this point. You're getting cleaned, your grip work, you're doing all this hard work all throughout the day. So maybe what you need to do is do some more cardiovascular at night. Or maybe it's just like a really good stretching routine because you got your strength and you got your cardio during the day. Like if I think about how much I sweat when I'm working on a house project, I'm in a full athletic sweat. So that means I'm working hard. So find what can you do that's going to complement the conditioning that you're getting from your actual labor. And maybe in your case, it might just be like straight up mobility. It might be straight up mobility. Like, hey, you're just doing some good stretching. You're doing some mobility WOD. That's mobility workout of the day. You can go to that website. They got really good stuff on there to loosen up and make sure you're staying limber. Because another thing you find with construction guys is they end up with with a bad back. They get, tendonitis from swinging a hammer all day or holding, so you can get those kind of overuse injuries. And so I would look at what you can do that's going to complement that. Also, maybe you feel like you just need to do some heavy lifting because you're lifting something little all day, you're lifting drywall all day. So you're getting some good endurance, muscular endurance, but maybe just come home and do a couple sets of heavy deadlifts or a couple sets of heavy squats. And the other thing here is like when we're on deployment, when I was when I was in the military, when we were on deployment, we wouldn't be doing workouts that are going to give you the 4 days of delayed onset muscular soreness, right? You're not going to do that. Lockers. You're not going to put you in the pain locker. Where, hey, I did squats yesterday. Oh, Echo just got shot. I can't help him. Right. I'm too tired. I'm too sore. Bro, can someone grab Echo? Because my legs are super sore. My quads are hurting from front squats yesterday. So that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about doing something that's heavy, but it's quick, and you're not going crazy and doing so many sets that you're going to build up all kind of lactic acid and make your legs all sore. So maybe it's something but I would say explore all that. Look what you can find that's going to complement you, what you do at work. And also you could look at some jiu-jitsu. Look at some jiu-jitsu. Jiu-jitsu, although at first it's a crazy muscular workout, a full body workout like you've never had before. Because you're resisting every part of your movement and you'll be sore in your entire body. But then as you get better at it, you can relax more. That takes like a year and a half, maybe even 2 years before you can really start to relax. The thing that's cool about that for you is you got 2 kids under the age of 4, so maybe in 2 or 3 years, they're ready to start training too. Now you got a little something to share with them. A little bit of jiu-jitsu. So, yeah, don't kill yourself. But the fact of the matter is that the reason discipline is hard to maintain is because it is hard to maintain. That's what makes discipline hard. It's hard. And if you hear me claim that discipline is easy for me, then straight up, that's just my ego talking. That's what that is. Because I'm, unfortunately, just as human as everyone else. And it is work to maintain the discipline. That's what it is. Work. Holding the line. Maintaining the standard. Giving no slack, none. That's the discipline. That's the discipline, and it is hard. And if there's one thing I would say that does make it easier, it's to envision what it feels like when you're done. What it feels like after you've worked out, or you've held the line on your food intake, or you've pushed through some monotonous project that you have to do, and all those things. When they're done, they feel good. And contrary to that, envision what you will feel like later when you let the discipline slack. You know the feeling. Feeling weak and defeated, and you know that you're falling behind. So get to know those two different types of feelings and ask yourself which one you want to feel in 10 minutes or in a half an hour. When the thing is done, when the discipline has been implemented. Remember what that feels like, and then remember that those minutes and those hours, they turn into weeks and months and years, and holding the line in those critical minutes will put you in an infinitely better place, physically and mentally, if you maintain the discipline. So work through the weakness, fight through the temptation, hold the line. Hold the line, maintain the discipline. It is not easy, but it is worth it. Because, yes, because discipline equals freedom. Put them in charge of stuff, man. Put them in charge. Put these kids in charge of things in the class. Not just dumb stuff either. Not just cleanup. Not just sweeping the floor, but some legitimate stuff. Like, hey, I want you to come up with a lesson plan for tomorrow. Here's the book that we're looking at. Here's the pages I want you to talk about. Dang. I want you to lead the discussion that we're going to have in class. Hey, I want you to go over how you solved this math problems tomorrow. You got some of the problems wrong on the test. I want to teach them to you, and I want you to teach the class. Because obviously I didn't do a good job. Maybe you can do a better job than me. And you know what? You're kind of loud. Let's put that to use. I know people listen to you. Here's another thing, kid. The kids look at you and they look up to you. Let's use that. Let's try and get kids moving in the right direction. So that's what I would do in a situation like this. If someone's actually getting in trouble, you don't do this. You don't do what I'm talking about because they're in trouble, right? That's a little bit, you can't say you're in trouble, so you're going to have to teach class tomorrow. Yeah. No, that doesn't work. Yeah. Like you say, hey, you let that, whatever they got punished for, you use, your punishment. That could be something like taking out trash. Yeah. But you don't want to throw leadership at someone when they get in trouble. Occasionally you can do it. Occasionally you can be like, okay,
you know what? You're in charge of the platoon for this week or for these 4 days of admin. And all of a sudden, yeah, you realize, oh, you got to come in at 5 o'clock in the morning. Oh, you got to stay until 1800 at night. Oh, you got these reports due. Oh, yeah, it's like all these things that you didn't think about. That's what you got to do. And when you get off that restriction, when you get out of that role, you realize, hey, I have a little respect for the boss because I realize what the boss is going through. So that's what I would do. Have some fun with this. Put the kids in charge of stuff. Give them little assignments. Make them get up. Turn them into leaders. Turn them into leaders.
And I always say that discipline is the root of all good qualities. But you have to absolutely apply it to things outside of just waking up early. It's everything. It's working out every day, making yourself stronger and faster and more flexible and healthier. Discipline is eating the right foods to fuel your system. It's about disciplining your emotions so you can make good decisions. It's about having the discipline to control your ego so your ego doesn't get out of hand and control you. It's about treating people the way you would want to be treated. And doing the tasks that you don't necessarily want to do, but that you know will help you or help your team. It's about facing your fears. It takes discipline to face your fears so you can conquer them. And that's what discipline is. Discipline means taking the hard road, the uphill road, to do what's right for yourself and for other people. It's so often the easy path that calls to us to be weak for that moment, to break down for that moment, to give in to the desire and the short-term gratification. But the discipline will not allow that. The discipline calls for strength and fortitude and will. It won't accept weakness. It won't tolerate another breakdown. The discipline can seem like it's your worst enemy. But the reality is, discipline is your best friend. It will take care of you like nothing else can. And it'll put you on that path. The path to strength and health and intelligence and happiness. And most importantly, it'll put you on that path to freedom.
And I say this to people all the time. Most important here is, it isn't me. It's you. And sure, you may have grabbed some little foothold from the podcast or from one of the books, but it isn't me that changes you. It's you. You set the small goals. You achieve those goals. Then set some more and achieve those, and set some more goals, maybe a little bit bigger, but not that much bigger. You pay attention to the progress. This guy is 16 weeks deep. 30 pounds lighter. Working harder, stronger, faster, more efficient, competitive. The individual that wrote that is getting after it and changing his life. And you can too. Just start. Start small. Start with changing tomorrow morning. Just tomorrow morning. Get that squared away. and then move on to the next day and the next, and move your life to a better place. One little step, one little victory at a time.